You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
But you have heard of me. Captain Jack kind of came to me in intense heat, you know, in fact in the sauna. I was doing my homework, my research and stuff in the sauna because I was thinking of a guy who was having to battle the elements, you know, constantly. A scorching heat, the sun beating down in his brain for maybe too long a period of time. A guy who spent more time on the ocean than he did on land and was much more comfortable with the rhythm of the ocean than being rigid on dry land.
You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one.
She's sort of a damsel in distress with a rebellious streak who ends up kicking ass, really. So no, she's a really great character, very courageous. Oh. She's a 21st century girl stuck in an 18th century world and literally stuck in a corset, so yeah, she's cool.
You have become a fine woman, Elizabeth.
I can't breathe.
Yes, I'm a bit nervous myself.
And then they made me their chief.
My character's called Commodore Norrington, and he is both in charge of the town where the story starts, called Port Royal. He's engaged to Keira Knightley's character, Elizabeth, and he likes nothing more than pirates for breakfast, though unfortunately he's kind of slightly met his match on occasion with Johnny and indeed with Geoffrey's character.
Son, I'm Captain Jack Sparrow. Savvy?
Will's a young guy kind of from the wrong side of the tracks, in love with a girl from the right side of the tracks, if you like. He's grown up without a father figure, and I imagined he took his role models from those figures in Port Royal, those kind of naval officers of Port Royal, the kind of grand officer types. So he's a real straight shooter. At the beginning of the movie, he's very earnest, very true blue, very full of integrity, trying to do the right thing, and he would never deem to sort of think that he could ever really admit the love or feelings he has for someone like Elizabeth, because it's just not obtainable for him, because he's not in that league.
He's a pirate.
She's a very beautiful young girl. She was involved and I was like working on something and wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it work, and I was really glad to get involved, and it was great to work with her. She's a young British girl and had a great British sense of humour, so we had a laugh.
We didn't really know each other. We'd met each other a couple of times at some auditions in London and never got the parts. But so it was great to finally get to work with him. I hadn't seen Lord of the Rings before we started, so although I kind of met him a couple of times, I didn't know his work. We had a great time, but it was weird because we've only got 4 scenes together in the movie, or something like that, because whenever he was in, I wasn't, you know, I was being taken away by pirates and he was trying to catch up. So really we only spent a couple of weeks together after the whole shoot. But he's a lovely guy, he's a complete sweetheart, and I did go around with a very smug grin on my face when I got to kiss him.
I had a ball with Orlando. I really enjoyed working with him. He's just such a good guy, and you know, I'd love to do it again. I'd love to do many more films with him. Same as with Keira Knightley. I was so impressed with her work. I mean, I was impressed the way she carries herself. I mean, she's a kid, you know, she's 17, 18 years old, and she just absolutely is together and sharp and smart and brave, and yeah, she's a good girl. She's going to be around a long time, as will Orlando. Yeah.
This is either madness or brilliance.
It's remarkable how often those two traits coincide.
I feel incredibly lucky to have had the opportunity to be in this film. I mean, I feel lucky because in my career, I played an elf and a soldier boy, a bushranger, a boxer, and now a pirate. I've kind of covered the demographic of boyhood dreams, and I'm really enjoying it. It's got like the visual and special effects, you know, all those kind of explosions and the supernatural element with the skeletal pirates and stuff. It's got a great cast and a great sort of sense of drama and action and adventure, and what's really great is the drama of the characters is just so kind of interesting. It kind of, you know, the characters are so kind of well-rounded, and it just, Johnny and Geoffrey Rush, you know, and Keira and stuff all kind of add to it, you know, it's great.
I was really impressed. I kind of thought I knew what to expect, in the sense that most of the stuff that I do doesn't really involve a lot of CGI, so I wasn't having to make great leaps of imagination when I was doing it, but kind of when the two get kind of put together, it's a pretty impressive final result, I think. I think it's amazing.
Now, bring me that horizon.